I would like to make a special request to those who haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet. Please do subscribe now. And if you enjoy the story, don't forget to like, comment and share. Now we'll move on to today's story. We hope you enjoy it. Let's begin. The incident revolves around a dark and mysterious chapter of black magic. The victims were not only me, but also my mother. Both of us were afflicted, and its roots lay hidden in long-standing relationships and resentments from the past. My parents' relationship was never easy. Their marriage was arranged within the family, and my mother could never fully accept or love my father wholeheartedly. Because of these flaws and discord in their relationship, some sought dark paths. My father had an uncle who was reputed to be skilled in sorcery and traditional healing. One day, seeing my father crying in deep pain, he asked him what was wrong. My father openly confessed that his relationship with my mother was troubled. She neither accepted him properly nor loved him. From then on, strange events began to unfold. Unexplained evil occurrences at home, terrifying dreams, and ominous signs that only my mother and I could understand. As we traced the roots of these dark happenings, we learned it was none other than the dark play of black magic. My father had rented a flat in an area where my mother's aunt and her family lived in the neighboring flat. Many garment workers lived there, and my father had some contact with them. Gradually, strange things happened. My mother was fed syrup made with lemon, but that simple syrup was infused with dark magic through sorcery, slowly trapping my mother's fate in its grip. It was done through a traditional healer, a process called jinn chalan, where invisible evil spirits and dark spells are used to exert control over someone. By deceiving my mother in this way, she was bound with dark, evil bonds, leaving no peace in her life. This unnatural, malevolent bond filled my parents' marriage with bitterness. My mother suffered not only spiritually, but also grew physically weaker over time. Because of the jinn, chalan, and dark magic, unknown problems began to affect her kidneys and lungs. Her kidney function declined, and she constantly suffered from severe breathing difficulties and chest pain. No matter how many doctors we visited, no specific illness was diagnosed. Only temporary relief with antibiotics was given, costing lakhs of taka. When I was in 8th grade, my mother's kidneys completely failed, and fluid began to accumulate all over her body. She was admitted to PG hospital, and although dialysis was recommended, it could not be done due to low blood pressure. She was eventually discharged because the doctors said her condition was beyond improvement. She was brought back home and, miraculously, through people's prayers and unknown, unseen mercy, her kidney function gradually improved. However, the doctors warned that the kidney problems could return. Many days passed like this. Gradually, I learned that my father was not only a victim of sorcery, but had also developed an interest in learning witchcraft himself. One of his colleagues, who was from Bundarban, had taught him the finer points of sorcery and traditional healing. At night, locking the door, my father would draw strange patterns and make amulets using saffron ink on white paper. As his fascination with this dark magic grew, his physical and mental health deteriorated. he began to wither away, plagued by unknown illnesses and the relentless shadow of darkness. I had heard long ago that if a father does black magic, the punishment falls upon the child. And now I believe there is no greater truth than that. Strange and painful chapters began to unfold in my own life as well, which I will now share. From 8th and 9th grade onwards, many marriage proposals came to me mysteriously, even though I was very young and not particularly beautiful. Still, many came to see me for unknown reasons. This caused jealousy and curiosity among relatives, as many of their daughters were pursuing honors and master's degrees but were not getting married. But as time passed, my life sank deeper into the unknown darkness. When I was in 9th grade, I had a relationship with a boy. At a very young age, the relationship had grown deeply. My family never accepted it, and eventually it ended. But after that, I began to drown in unseen darkness. What I could never have imagined started to happen. The boy stole my hair and my used veil hijab and attacked me through witchcraft and black magic. Slowly began the chapter of physical and mental suffering, sinking into the unknown. Severe stomach pain when eating, unbearable pain during periods, vomiting after eating, intense headaches, and breathing difficulties. All these pains settled inside me like the dark, evil spirit that haunted my mother. Just as my mother suffered under the unseen assault of dark, evil forces, I too have endured intense suffering. The palpitations in my chest and the severe restlessness I experience mirror my mother's illness perfectly. It feels as if the relentless evil spirit that haunted her has been searching for both of us. No matter what happens, every relationship that enters my life mysteriously turns dark. And every promising relationship breaks down over trivial excuses. Even when I was in the first year of college, every potential relationship would sink into darkness before it could begin. At one point, my father sought help from another traditional healer, the same healer who had once bound my parents' relationship through sorcery. He revealed that not just one, but many black magic attacks had been inflicted on me, designed in such a way that no relationship in my life could ever be fulfilled, and every hopeful relationship would be destroyed in the unseen darkness before it could grow. When I visited this healer, he explained that such dark sorcery can only be done using hair or used clothing performed in a dark chamber called the seat of jinn, where malevolent spirits can reside. He gave me an amulet. But since I did not believe much in amulets, I stopped wearing it. The amulet still remains in my home. Almost a year passed, during which every possible relationship was destroyed before it could begin. My father scolded me for not wearing the amulet, as he strongly believed in amulets and sorcery. Later, I turned to the imam of another mosque, who worked with Quranic verses and prayers, and did not believe in sorcery. He told me that not one, but many black magic attacks had taken root in my life, and because of these unstoppable evil forces, every promising relationship in my life sinks into unseen darkness. Thus my days continue, living between the struggle to breathe and the relentless presence of evil spirits and impenetrable darkness. Then strange and mysterious events began happening. One day I noticed that I had encountered a person who already knew about my suffering and these evil occurrences, even though I did not personally know him. While standing with my little brother in my arms, he approached me and asked, "Are you that girl?" I was startled because there was no reason for him to know me. He then revealed that he already knew about the sorcery and evil spirits affecting me. In that person's words, my hair and used scarf were employed in evil sorcery. My hair and clothing were used in such a way that 4 clay dolls were made and incorporated into dark rituals intended to please evil spirits and Satan. At that time, I remembered how my hair and scarf had been stolen. One day during an outing, 4 to 5 strands of hair were unknowingly torn from the side of my hijab and unknowingly made part of the sorcery. I was even given an amulet unknowingly, containing such dark magic that it not only aimed to destroy love and relationships, but also to implant powerful evil spirits within my body and mind. Gradually, strange physical and mental problems appeared in me that no ordinary treatment could cure. Severe stomach pain when eating, nausea immediately after meals, every breath painful, and a feeling that some evil being was pressing on my chest and throat. Day after day, unknown pain and looming darkness haunted me relentlessly. In the midnight darkness, terrifying dreams chased me, being drowned in water, trapped in a grave, countless snakes and evil entities crawling over my body. This suffering was not just in dreams, but became part of my physical and spiritual torment every day. What I learned testifies to yet another powerful evil sorcery. Dark magic performed like a child's sacrifice to please Satan, with malevolent spirits implanted upon me. Because of this, every breath remains agonizing, and every night feels like being chased by the darkest new moon shadows. Every time I sought treatment from religious scholars and imams, they revealed that such malevolent magic and evil spirits reside within me, which cannot be healed by amulets or ordinary cures. Every Quranic verse and prayer has become my relentless companion, and with each new day I tremble in unseen fear. Often it feels as though that unknown dark entity still dwells with me, and every breath and step I take is accompanied by unstoppable darkness and the haunting spirit. I do not know when I will be fully healed, nor when I will taste eternal freedom from this unseen darkness that pursues me. I share this story today for one reason only: to remind that no matter how deeply one sinks into evil dark sorcery, or how many years pass, every sin and every misfortune inevitably returns one day in some form.
Since my father and mother were bound in marriage through such dark and evil sorcery, their sins and misfortunes have now descended as inevitable punishment upon their first child, and that first child is me. It seems Allah Ta'ala is repaying my father's hidden evil deeds and dark actions through me. Today, I am a victim haunted by unseen misfortune, and every breath I take each day testifies to my pain and suffering. I do not share this story to exaggerate or spread superstition, fear, or darkness to anyone. I have only one request: that those who hear or read this remember that the games of darkness and misfortune never bring good to anyone,
No matter how much one tries to harm others through sorcery, curses, or disbelief, it only summons inevitable darkness and destruction. Those who practice misfortune and darkness will have every tiny deed return upon them unerringly, whether after 10, 20, or 30 years, or even if not immediately. Every particle of evil and darkness will inevitably come back to their lives. What is happening to me may be the echo of my father's hidden dark and evil acts, and this echo resonates with every breath I take and every pain I feel. I do not know when I will be completely free from this misfortune and darkness, nor when every breath and every word will come out as easily and naturally as before. I only know that there is no easy way to drive away misfortune and darkness, and that every act of evil and darkness will unerringly return to someone's life. To all who hear this story, I plead, please never engage in these games of misfortune and darkness with anyone. Never try to harm others through disbelief or evil sorcery. Remember, every act of misfortune and darkness will inevitably return one day. May Allah Ta'ala guide everyone to the right path and free us forever from misfortune and darkness. May He grant healing and peaceful lives to all who have fallen victim to such unseen misfortune. To all who hear this, my only request is to pray for me, that Allah grants me healing and the strength to live in peace, and frees me permanently from this misfortune and darkness. May Allah bless everyone with goodness and protect us forever from misfortune and darkness. What is happening is a relentless game of darkness and the echo of every evil act. Remember, if you try to destroy someone with misfortune and darkness, it will inevitably return to destroy you one day.